talking about linear equations in two variables, with those two variables being x and y. Each equation represents a different graph. Now, let's kind of think about your school ID. Your ID has information that only pertains to you. Here, my ID number. That ID number, it always comes back to me. The ID number is the equation. And let's review. Check out these two IDs. Now, the equation is the number that's associated with the picture. So always think of the equation as the ID number. It should always go back to a certain graph. All right. So if you look, both of these have straight lines for the graphs. Now let's look at the ID. There's something wrong here. There's something wrong with one of them. Remember, a graph that is a straight line has a certain type, well, the ID number. Can you spot the difference? Well, the ID number here has an exponent other than 1 on the variable. That means this is not the correct graph for this equation. When I look at this ID, x to the first power, y to the first power. All the exponents on my variables are 1. So that means that it will be a straight line. All right. Now, anyway, so when y is by itself, let's go back up here. Remember, we have some information. Whatever is the coefficient beside the x, that is your slope. Whatever that is your constant term, that is your y-intercept. All right. Now, a quick lesson about the y-intercept. Your y-intercept is a point on the line where x is 0 and y is any number. All right. So again, remember that b is the y-intercept where x is 0 and y is a value. And in an equation, the only part that's written is the y coordinate. All right. So, for instance, if I had an equation or I had a line that slope was 3/2. Let's say if the slope was 3/2 and my y-intercept was 0, -4. I could just plug that information right into this equation. That equation would be y equals m is 3/2. So 3/2, and right beside m is the variable x. And because it says my y-intercept is a -4, 0, -4, I only have to write that part. So I could say minus or -4. All right. Simple as that. So if you have the slope and a y-intercept, there's no problem. All right. So let's get a little practice on identifying the y-intercept. All right, let's take this first graph here. Now, the y-intercept of a graph is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. Remember, the y-axis goes up and down. All right. Goes up and down. That's the y right here. All right. And on the y-axis, this line crosses the y-axis at, what's that point? So we start at origin. Go left, right, 0. Go up 4. That's the y-intercept. So in an equation, I only write plus 4. Let's do it again. The y-intercept of this next equation here, b, all right, what's the y-intercept? Right here. What's the coordinates? What's the order pair? The order pair for this point is 0, 5. All right. In the equation, wherever b is, you would only write plus 5. All right. Let's do it again. For C. If I ask you what the y-intercept was, it crosses the y-axis right here. That's the origin. You go left 0 and go up or down 0. That means when you write an equation, we see an equation, there is no b. You don't write anything. You can't plus 0. There's nothing there. All right. Let's see how you doing it. Let's see. I want you to tell me. Given this graph here, what is the y-intercept? Give me that order pair. If you said it was here, and the order pair is 0, -1, you are correct. That means the b will be what? -1. All right. What about E? What would be the y-intercept? Here, 0, what? 6. That means your b would be +6. One more time. According to this graph, what would the y-intercept be? Right here. It will be 0, -4. And if you wrote the equation of a line, his b would be y equals mx -4.